Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode, the Dan and Phil episode.
Oh
my gosh, we just recorded it. It was absolutely wonderful.
The most aura
love it.
anyone's ever had.
Yep. No, it was super, super good, guys. You're going to... No, you can't swear, can you, in the first minute? You're going to freaking love it. If you do want to subscribe to this channel, we really appreciate it, wouldn't we, Jack?
Yeah, this is still pretty new, and we don't have millions of subscribers yet, which we deserve. So if you could get us closer to that goal, we'd really appreciate it.
Okay. Or follow if you're on Spotify.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And rate 5 stars. I've never done this before.
If you're on any other audio platform, goddammit.
Yeah, I don't care if you're on Apple Music, do you? Anyway, also, I am coming on tour on the Tommy Minute Survival Tour. So if you want to go to tommyminute.com, get yourself some tickets. Jack's going to be joining me for many of the shows. It's going to be wonderful.
If you love us, you'll love us more in person.
Okay,
We're so much more charming.
It's brilliant, guys. So, all right. Well, enjoy the episode.
Shut up, I'm talking. Shut up, I'm talking. Shut up, I'm talking. Shut up.
Early one.
Early in the morning.
Early in the morning. 10 a.m. You know who wakes up to do things like this?
Real
Work
people.
at this time. Real people.
On a Sunday, by the way, God's day.
Yeah, no rest for the wicked, they say. Awfully wicked, no, awfully wicked is this episode.
Okay, now whenever you're
ready, you can do the thing.
I thought we were just waiting for like 45 minutes.
No.
Right,
We don't have
seriously,
much
you get
free
with it
banter in this.
early.
We
No,
really
I'm really enjoying this.
I'm enjoying the bands.
You're going
Genuinely,
somewhere with that.
we have no chemistry.
Okay.
So if you could just whenever...
As little as we
Right.
could talk to each other as possible is great.
Okay. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, but we...
Shut up! I'm
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, there you go. Right.
Is
now-
that
As
right?
you can tell, conflict and aggression comes naturally to Phil,
It does.
and that felt really great for
I'm
him.
known for being very angry.
Yeah, we felt that.
at
I
all
felt it. I
times.
was scared.
That's the
Majorly.
angriest I've ever been.
All right, shut up, I'm talking. Can we start this by saying, can I just ground rule, who are me and Phil now beefing with by proxy by coming on your podcast?
Yeah. What have we done?
No, I'm being dead ass serious. Like
need to
every
know.
single time I open Twitter, I'm like, Thomas, what? Oh my
Because
god!
we were literally just saying in there, I wonder how much they know
Yeah,
about what we've
we
done.
don't know that much.
So
Like,
I don't
I'm
like
quite
that you
drama
know.
averse. I don't like
Yeah.
conflict or people. I don't like the idea of making enemies. And it's like,
It didn't mean either.
what
No.
do you wake up and you're like, Tom? Oh my
What's going on?
god!
A little bit. I have had a couple of moments where I thought, oh, well, I guess that person's gone. But usually,
Not going to that bar mitzvah.
admittedly,
Oh my god!
they are usually
Yeah,
Right.
that's-
Usually you're
to
at
be
least
fair,
somewhat reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I fully don't mean to.
Most of the
Sure.
time I open it and I'm like, he's making a good point.
Yes. Well, it's like the Avengers. We've chosen our side.
Yeah, this is Civil War, and I
Yeah.
guess
Which
we're
one-
on
which
the
one are
Tommy's
we?
side.
Yeah.
Captain America.
Yeah,
I
the
think.
rogue.
Yeah.
The ones. Phil's got a steel limb somewhere. Whoa,
Yes.
that sounded weird. Okay.
I am the raccoon.
Yeah, okay, let's just
Actually,
take that one.
for the record,
Yes.
the Guardians of Galaxy were in the middle ground in the
Oh,
Civil War
they
plot.
were.
They weren't actually
Switzerland.
involved.
I could be Thor.
Classic.
I've got
If
the
you're
muscles.
silent in something
Stop
of
it.
oppression, you side with the bad people.
Right.
That's
So
the
really,
quote.
that's you, isn't
So-
it?
I
How
am.
did we get here? How did we get on
Do you
to
want-
the
can you get
Avengers?
this back on the
I
rails?
was
What's
gonna-
happening?
I was going to give you guys like sort of an intro, but we've sort of just...
Oh no.
I just
Who are
need
we?
to know what's going on.
Right. We've
You know
got
what I
it.
mean?
We've got it.
I guess I respect the hustle though, because you guys, you got that fresh energy.
Yes.
I feel like I'm an old tree and I don't have it
No.
anymore. And then I look
Yeah.
at Tommy
No.
and I'm like, your hustle and you wake up every day and you choose violence, and I
Yes.
respect it.
But Jack still has
respect
it.
a glint in his eye as well. Look at that. Spark
Dan, you
of
can
energy.
choose violence. What we'll do is I'll teach you
I would
violence.
love you to teach me how to choose
yeah.
violence.
All right, but
Please.
we've got time.
Okay.
really not sure how we got here.
I don't know.
Every
What's
time I
happening?
try and
We were gonna
start,
be
something
like,
else
Sorry.
happens.
People listening, who are we? What's going on?
People listening, if you're unfamiliar, this is Dan and Phil.
Hi.
Hello.
They've been doing this a whole lot longer than us, and
Whoa.
we're here to learn predominantly. I don't know
47
about
years.
you. 40.
Yeah. I'm 63.
You don't even need to joke, because how long
Look.
have you actually been doing it, Phil?
18 years.
18, really?
And you're
Yeah.
18. I know.
No, I'm
you're
20.
You know, I know.
Wait,
Yeah,
you
but
actually
still.
started when I was 2?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I did.
Yeah.
You are,
That's amazing.
as far as I'm aware, some of the old, like, you've been doing it the longest.
We
Oldest
have.
to do
Phil
it
is
was
some of the
OG.
oldest people on earth?
We are YouTube pterodactyls.
The funniest thing about Phil's first video is it's in black and white. And so, like,
It is.
kids that go on YouTube are like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Phil's been doing this for so long.
I filmed it in
Color
1963.
cameras hadn't existed.
Yeah.
Why was your first video black and white?
Look, I got a webcam in a cereal promotion.
It was just that
They
shit.
couldn't afford to send a color one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I sent off my
This-
tokens. I got it.
Now, I don't know if I have bad media literacy, but that started getting like sounding true at the end. And I started thinking, wait, was it really?
Yeah, no,
It was
seriously. It was just a
actually-
really shit serial camera.
It was
yeah,
terrible.
his first video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is a
Yeah.
safe space.
It's
That's
fine.
okay.
Dan and Phil,
Hello.
Hi.
the wicked thing about this podcast
Yep.
Yes.
is it has a segment. Not many, just the one.
I love a segment.
I love
Oh,
a
no, no,
serial
no, no,
format.
no, no, don't mislead them. I've got new segments for today.
Ooh.
I've made a new set. I'll
right.
talk about it later, but
We
I've
have
made a new
several
one for you
segments.
guys.
Okay. I'm
All right.
excited.
Well,
I
this
like
is
raw
segment
dogging
one.
an untested segment. It's going to be
Segment
fun.
one, and we love doing this segment.
Yeah.
It's basically, why are you giggling?
No, we do love doing the segment. You always really feel the need to say the word segment as much as
What,
possible.
what we do in this is essentially, the segment is it's our worst moment of the week. Now,
Nice.
usually me and Jack, and it's not like, oh, I was really depressed. It's really actually like a most frustrating moment.
Shit, do I have
Okay.
any?
So
I'm
don't,
not
you know,
depressed.
How
anecdotes?
frustrating are we going? Are we going like,
Oh,
I
maximum.
drank glue and
I
went to
killed
hospital?
a person.
That would be wicked.
That wasn't
But
this week, but
on,
it did happen.
On
to me.
these special guest episodes, it's actually your worst moments of the week.
Oh.
And so now begin.
Well, I thought about the glue thing now, but that was not this
Just
week.
so you know, Jack, when Phil's saying I drank super glue, he's not testing you. He did.
No,
do
I
that.
did.
No,
I did.
Really?
yeah, you no,
Yes.
I was at the show last night, and you
Yeah.
made a point about that, like a few,
It
and I
was-
kept thinking at the time, I was like, is this a
It was stressful.
No.
I was trying to get the lid off with my mouth, except the lid was already off and the super glue went down my throat.
how did it go down your throat? You got a
Multiple
swallow.
was trying-
people
I was
just
trying-
gasped. He is that dumb.
I
Yes,
inhaled.
thank
Anyway,
you.
it was fine.
Phil Lester, everybody.
It was okay. It was just very stressful. But that's not my moment. What's
And
the
apparently you bled out your bum.
I
Sorry.
did. Yeah.
Oh,
Phil
Nah,
almost
don't-
died like
don't
4
do
weeks
none of
ago.
that.
No
I
one
mean,
wants
like,
to-
we're gay,
no
that
one wants to
happens, but
listen-
it was in like a traumatic way.
No one wants to listen about my bum. Yeah, it was.
Not on a Sunday morning.
A lot of blood
No,
came out.
God doesn't
but
want to hear that.
It's okay. They fixed it. They fixed it.
Oh,
now,
good.
Now I've got a shiny new bum.
That's nice.
Um,
Phil got that BBL while he was there. You know
I
what
don't.
mean?
Want, I did. Yeah. I've got the cake now.
This week, oh my
There was a
God.
lot of that.
Right. We're on tour.
we are.
And life is hard because you don't have your stuff or your things. And sometimes you wake up and you're in Plymouth and it's like, what am I doing with my life?
The
I'm
worst
just kidding. We
place to
love
be.
you.
That is miserable.
My thing is that I'm used to having a shower in my house
Yes.
with my stuff and it's my territory. And I finished doing a show. I was sweaty. I wanted to jump straight in the shower. And I was really excited to just be wet and clean.
Okay.
So I ran into that thing. I had my shower and I was like, great. And then I got out and I was like, I didn't bring the new clothes to get changed into, which at your house, fine, because you can walk to your clothes. When I was in a theater in Birmingham, and here's the other thing, Phil, it's good having a friend that you can count on, right?
Yes.
In a situation like this where you can be like, bring me my pants.
You're also missing the fact you didn't take a towel either, Daniel. So you've just got your
Well,
sweaty
I didn't bring
clothes.
anything. I just ran,
just ran
straight
in.
from the
Yeah.
show. I threw my sweaty stuff on the floor and I got in there and I was having my like, commercial moment and then was like, I
Wow.
texted Phil and I was like, I need you. I've forgotten all of my clothes. Bring me stuff now. And Phil just didn't respond.
I did not respond.
Where the hell were you?
I don't know. I was.
Why didn't you respond?
Look,
Maybe showering.
I'm a busy man. You don't like dings. That's the thing. Dan.
Oh,
like,
okay. Here comes the
He's got
reversing of the
dings?
victim.
What's a ding?
Okay.
What is a
beeps,
ding?
dings, any phone noise. I've got it on my phone silenced around him.
They're called notifications for
I'm
everyone.
are
deeply
they?
triggered by
Beeps
all
and dings.
social media notifications.
Rings.
Because unlike Tommy, who is fueled by drama, it scares me.
No, I actually don't
no,
like
he
it.
hates
He
the phone.
He hates the
You
phone.
also hate the phone.
I have all of it like
Lovely.
yeah,
all right.
silent.
So you've now had enough of an online career that you're
Yeah, it's
also
miserable,
scared
isn't
of the dings.
I hate it.
Yeah.
So
See what
do
I
you know when I watch
mean?
telly, I have to leave my phone in the other room.
If I get a
hate the
ding, I'm
dings.
like, who's suing me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, why have I been cancelled? It's like, who's died?
So
Oh
then
my
you
God.
had to do an ass out shuffle.
Yeah, so Phil didn't respond because apparently it's my fault for telling him that when he's with me, he has to have Do Not Disturb on all the time.
Yeah.
So I had to make a call, which is, am I actually going to run double cheeked out through a corridor
It was
in
only
Birmingham?
from like this distance to
Oh.
that door.
But
Yeah,
that in
okay, yeah,
Birmingham,
that is
no.
terrible.
No,
Birmingham.
we're telling a real
Those are
story
crooks.
here. This is not like a silly animation. If you had to actually run butt ass naked 10 meters down a corridor, you would actually think about whether you're going to do that, right?
Yeah.
But you're late into the tour.
You are.
But if
You should be
Ethel
bonded
that
with
works at the
everybody.
Birmingham Symphony Hall sees you, she didn't sign up to see that.
yeah, no, that's CCTV as well. You're on there now.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Oh,
Here's the thing.
put on a show.
I don't know
Yes.
what you did.
Yeah.
But to offer solutions,
Mm.
you cup the front,
Yeah.
and then because people used to moon, didn't they?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Back
so it's
in the
sort of that.
day,
They did.
Yeah. So I would have ran.
I just had to
You're
fucking,
right.
I cupped
Did you-
it
did
and I
you?
shuffled.
Cupped and
You know
ran.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't run because I still had moist feet, but I shuffled. Yeah.
Big shuffle.
Mm.
That's a pretty
So
terrible
that's
moment
my
of the week.
trauma.
Am I allowed one as well?
Of course,
Yeah,
yeah, please. And then what we do
Yes.
as part of the segment is we think, who's worse?
And then we fight.
No,
No,
we don't
no,
even get a
no.
conclusive answer. We just sort of
all
think
right.
on.
I almost went to prison.
Wow.
What?
Wow. Oh,
Even I've
so-
forgotten where this is going.
Right. At a hotel, get some Deliveroo in because the room service was terrible and didn't want to go out.
Yep, sure.
Get it?
They didn't deliver it with any cutlery. I didn't want to eat a salad with my hands. So
Fair enough.
Good
go
on you,
down
salad
to
too.
the restaurant hotel and I'm like, hello, please can I borrow some cutlery? Have you got any knives and forks? He gives me 6 knives and 6 forks.
You want cutlery? I'll
don't-
give you cutlery.
I don't know what kind of party you thought I was having, but I don't have that many friends. Anyway, I was like, whatever, I can't be bothered to so I just took them all.
Yep.
Took them into the lift. There was an old lady and an old man in the lift.
I just
You remember?
Yep.
And they were like, "Oh, you've got some cutlery," and I was like, "Yes, I steal cutlery from hotels. I'm not even staying here," which I thought was a joke.
Ha ha.
It's not very.
ha.
Sometimes
Yeah, look at me.
not very funny.
No,
the
elderly
forks.
strangers often
then-
really take well
Yeah.
to those sort of things.
They love that. Anyway, they looked a bit concerned. I was like, "Oh, don't tell anyone though."
Well, you didn't go back, you doubled down.
Doubling down.
But don't tell anyone.
They got off at the same floor as me. I went into the room. 10 minutes later, had a knock on the door from big security guy with one of those things on his arm.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, the badges. Yeah.
Not a
Just
gun.
the lobby lurker,
just
you know,
the
like the
lobby-
guy
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sometimes stood outside.
Who's like, I'm sure there's been a mix-up, but someone's saying something about cutlery. Can you just let me know what's going on? I was like, oh, I just made a terrible joke. They thought I stole all the cutlery from the hotel, and I didn't.
But you could tell these elderly people went down and they were like,
They're
we
like,
must alert security
thief.
about
There is a threat.
the threat. It was a real Wallace and Gromit situation, I feel. It was an unusual one. But yeah, I got out. They let me out of prison.
electric chair. Could
yeah.
have happened.
Yeah.
I really don't know who's this. They're quite equally
They're-
bad in.
They're
Yeah.
strong.
They're really good.
Really
They're
strong.
really good.
Ooh.
You've had a week. pair
Had a
of you.
week.
Yeah.
That's
But
touring.
that's
though.
tour though, isn't it? So
That is.
you're. So Jack, you went and saw the tour yesterday.
I
didn't
did.
you?
Yeah.
Thanks. Are your ears okay?
They're good. I loved it. I had a great
Hell yeah,
time.
thank you.
3.5 stars? 4 stars?
Oh, I think 4 could be there.
Oh, good.
I
Thank
think
you.
it's though. I
could be
well, no,
I was
it's-
waiting for a 5.
No, but one, I'm an honest man. 2, I just watched David Lynch's Blue Velvet.
Oh.
The second, literally, I watched that and then I instantly left the
Immediately
house and
before.
got-
I think that's the perfect,
It was a good
double bill.
transition.
Juxtaposition.
Okay,
Yeah.
But I'm.
And you had a funny story at the show, didn't you?
Oh,
A
I've
little
got.
worst
Oh,
moment.
God,
of the
what
week.
happened?
Oh, don't worry. This is the
Were
teaser
you
for my new
naked? Did you
segment.
steal
What
something?
was it? Did you steal our forks?
No,
That's a
no.
euphemism.
No, I did steal a couple of bottles of water though.
Okay.
But no, I had a lot of fun interactions at your show,
Ah.
like a lot. And
Oh,
I
yeah?
have, I've got more coming up later because I have a segment of the podcast today. I'm not going to say the name, you know. I'll say that for later. It's
Segment.
Oh,
fun.
I'm excited now.
But I thought I'd tell you one just to get the mood set.
Yeah.
ready.
I had a few people sort of during the intervals come up and want pictures, and that's
Yes.
fine. I'm happy. And one of them, well, a couple of them, but just to make you feel better. But one of them came up to me and was like, "Oh, by the way, love your podcast." And I thought
Wait.
they don't know.
Oh,
They don't know.
They don't know. If
and
only they knew.
I get excited for them.
Yeah.
So I think, oh fuck it, I'll tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do it cryptically, as not to
Okay.
alert the other people in the area. So I go like
Okay.
this. She goes, "I love your podcast," and I go, "Hey, but," and I point at the stage as if to say, "Hey,
You do a little
don't
shush.
tell
Guess
anyone,
who?
It's happening.
but it's happening." But what I didn't anticipate is if you're an anxious fan
Yeah.
Yeah.
in this moment,
Yep.
what she clearly interpreted was, "Hey, shut the fuck up and get your picture. They're on soon."
Oh no.
So I saw her so I did it, and I give her, so I do that, and I give her this big grin because
yeah.
I'm waiting for her to get excited. And
Nice
she goes,
to meet you. Do you want your photo?
Shut up.
And I genuinely go, "Shh," and I'm waiting for her to smile because I've just told her this big secret, and she goes, "Oh, sorry," and I go, "What?"
Oh no.
And then I start piecing it together. I go, oh my God, no, they're coming on. No.
No.
Oh God, no.
Oh.
That's a certified Dan Howell
He's
moment.
taking this shot up.
yeah.
I'm talking too seriously now.
I
It's gone to
actually
his
did
head.
fully shut up a fan at
There
the
you go.
Oh my
the
gosh.
Terrible Influence
Well,
tour.
now they know the truth.
No, they've stopped watching the pod now because Jack
Yeah,
told them
they
to fuck
did-
off.
they did
Oh,
not
yeah.
do
They're not even going to get to this episode because they're so offended.
Yeah, I told 2 people, but one person I did it more
Can't go
openly.
around telling everyone.
Oh, but you should have seen the joy in their eyes.
Oh, right.
Really? There was this one girl that I went, she said, I love the podcast. And I went, she went, oh no. As she met me, she went, I have $7. What should I do? Because I've made the whole
Pay for that.
Patreon $7.
Right. I see.
And she goes, I have $7, by the way. What should I do? And I go, oh, you really should this week. And she
Yes.
goes, and I just sort of gesture at the theater, and
Yeah.
then she got it. and she
cool.
freaked out.
Got
But
it.
I was
Right.
walking away at this point. It was like,
Oh, that's cool.
It was
Like when an
cold.
explosion goes
Yeah, I
on.
walked away
That's
from the
a cool
explosion.
Wow.
moment. I love that on any
That's
level
cool.
you still trust the audience. That's nice.
Yes.
What's that like?
I don't know.
What's
What's
that
that
cool?
like?
What, you told a fan, buy my Patreon, then walked away from them? That isn't even cool.
Oh my god.
They call that marketing, Thomas. So that's
Savage.
cool.
Yeah.
Right, so guys, I'm going to see the tour tonight.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
very excited to see the show. How's the tour been? What is the show? Can you tell us a bit about it? Because I'm very excited.
How's
Yeah.
it been, Phil?
It's
Aside from
been-
streaking and
It's-
theft.
There's been streaking theft. It's been really fun. It's our third tour together.
Yeah.
And this is the Dan and Phil comeback,
Mhm.
where we're going through everything we've been through on the internet and ripping off the plaster and talking about it.
Because look, Dan and Phil was dead circa 2018.
Rest in
okay,
peace.
we went on a hiatus.
So actually,
Yeah.
Don't bring this up, Tom. Don't bring it up.
It's time to reveal this is the last pod episode. No,
No.
Where's
No.
oh, okay.
Where's this
No.
going?
No,
No.
you don't have to pretend like it didn't happen because
Yes.
Tom is the worst at doing research on this fucking planet.
Hell yeah.
all right.
And
who
he thought you'd
explained-
tell-
Oh,
quick.
sick.
Oh, he's got me
yeah.
stuck.
Tom was like, Dan, I see you haven't uploaded in 5 years. What's it like never using the internet again?
Ah.
Okay, explain what happened because I
So
shouldn't.
What
this
happens
very
is because
embarrassing.
we're actually professionals. I like to think
Yes.
is we write up the questions and we send them the guests beforehand just to give them an idea of what we're going to talk about.
Mm.
And this week, because usually we take turns bringing in guests.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we'd not met.
Yeah.
And you know Tom.
Mhm.
So Tom was
We're
responsible
moops.
for you guys.
We're
We don't
moops.
know
Oops.
each other's credits.
They're
Yeah.
oomph. We're not. We only met last night, right?
Yeah.
So I thought I'll write the question.
This is Tom's week. He can do the questions because he knows the guys.
Yeah.
And then, so I let Tom
Did you
say-
hear that? It's the bus that you're being thrown under.
Yes.
It's on
No,
time.
I know.
Yeah.
Toot,
Ding,
toot.
ding.
And then I go, all right, Tom, yeah, you do the questions this week. I'll just write a couple if anything crosses my mind. Tom sends off his questions, and Tom asks how it's been now they're retired from the internet.
Yeah, we did
Here's the
see
thing.
that
This
one.
email was like, "What's up, Bill and Ted?
Yeah.
It's nice to meet you. You're 12 and
No, no.
38. You're
Yeah.
Here's the
retired
thing.
gardeners."
I got a bit confused, yeah,
Yeah,
because I
Phil can
reckon-
relate to that.
I can.
Thanks, Phil.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Because I heard ages ago they're retired, and
Yeah.
then you're doing live performing.
Yeah.
Wicked. That's not the internet.
Yeah.
So what I did was rather than googling, I put 2 and 2 together.
You did.
Thank you. I hate it when people Google.
And it just says-
you actually see weird shit when you Google.
Innit?
Do.
Have you ever had a
Especially
friend
you
that
guys,
goes
yeah.
like, "Oh, I Googled you," and you're like, "Don't
Don't do that.
please."
Yeah.
Because what the hell's gonna? It's just gonna be some fan fiction. They'll be like, "Jack, I heard that you've been scuba diving and some weird thing happened with an octopus." It's like, "Don't Google me, Auntie." Oh my god.
So the email we did get was, "What's it been like since you quit the internet? Do you know what the internet's like now?
Yeah.
Have you loaded it in 5
Have you
years?"
heard of TikTok?
Yeah.
And then you guys email back me like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Mm.
And I was here planning the episode, and you were having a nap. So I then had to deal
no.
with the brunt of this email.
Hey,
being
rest
like,
is important.
well, Tom's
Yes.
not fucking looked into anything. So then I had to spend.
But imagine my horror waking up from that nap.
I know
Yes.
so much about you guys now because I really overcompensated with the research after that.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
hell yeah.
I spent like hours last night
I'm so
watching the
sorry. You'll
backlog.
never get those brain cells back.
Yeah.
But
No,
We
I
appreciate
liked the stuff I saw.
Thank you.
I did.
Well, how many
Yeah.
stars?
Oh, I'm gonna say I watched the coming out video.
yeah.
Powerful fucking stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, but how
I
many
did look at you
stars?
more there, Dan, because I watched yours as well.
Yeah.
Mine was longer.
Decent stuff.
Mine was
fine
okay.
stuff.
Yeah. Dan's was great.
It was
Really
too
good
long.
stuff.
Yeah.
Fine stuff.
Mine was fine.
You know, brave.
Yeah.
Not quite as brave, but brave.
45 minutes
What
long.
yours needed was
4 minutes long.
girth.
Yeah. I had no girth.
Bit more trauma. You know what I mean? You didn't seem quite as
It was all right.
You felt like
Less trauma.
this is me and that's fine.
Yeah.
And I thought,
Yeah.
well, that's good.
Yes. Well, I'm glad you did your research. Thank you.
It's all right. I really did.
That's
I
good.
put in the work. I went to the fucking show as
You
well.
did.
What did you do?
Unlike
What did you do last night?
one
What were you up
person.
to?
I read a lot of Bob Dylan's book.
Okay.
Nice.
I watched the film.
We watched
Yeah.
the film.
But you
Yeah.
are seeing us tonight, so it's okay.
Do you know what I mean? I'm putting in the legwork.
Yeah, you did.
After the podcast has been fucking
And,
filmed.
and for the record, I asked to come way before. Not that it's a competition,
Yeah.
but
Oh,
also people get things wrong.
yeah.
Yes.
You know what I
And
mean?
that's okay.
And now I'm at least going to do bare minimum research. So
Great.
Appreciate
that's but I'm sorry you had to be the.
That's
people I didn't-
okay.
I've never seen Aaron look more disappointed.
I didn't do it for. Here's a question,
Hello.
guys. So you're doing live performing now.
Yep.
Yes.
What got you into live performing? Is that because I know you've been doing stand up as well? I'd love to hear about that.
Well, you guys were the first ever YouTube tour, if I recall, right?
We were.
Is that
And that
true?
was so
Oh my
hard
God.
because no one had ever done it.
No.
And
Please
so the
tell us about this.
venues
That's
were
mad.
like, what do you mean you want to book the London Palladium? Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
And we're like, we got 1 million
What do you
subscribers on
do?
YouTube. And they were like, what's that?
What's that?
And
So
we're like, we're funny, I promise people will come. And they were like, no.
it was really
No.
hard to book anything, especially in America.
Yeah.
They were like, we don't know what this is. We don't know what you're going to do. You're going to burn down our stage. But
And to be fair, as you know, most people on the internet are weird dickheads.
yes.
So these veritable venues did not want to trust people from the internet because they thought they
didn't.
might set fire to it.
Yeah.
Say
You should go,
racist
guys,
things.
Dan is not on fire. Keep
Yeah.
saying.
There we
So,
go. Yeah.
Sometimes on the podcast, I do jokes, and that was one.
I liked that one.
Did you? Okay.
It was great.
Thanks.
You're too kind, Phil. Like, seriously too
I know,
kind.
I'm
You
too
actually don't
kind.
have to tell him things like that.
But now we're on tour and we've just done all of America and Australia, and they let us into the venues this time, which was great.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We walked so that we could run for real.
Yes.
Yeah, you really set yourselves
what
up.
got you into that, doing that first tour? Because that's amazing.
Yeah, what was the idea? Like, what made you think, oh shit, like YouTubers need to go on tour?
I think it was the fact we went to these conventions like VidCon and things like that, and we saw our audience in real life, but we only got like 5 minutes on a stage or on a panel
Sure.
where we always get asked
I'm
the
not
same
saying
questions.
that all conventions are terrible experiences for the audience, but when you've watched like your 16th panel of the day, or someone comes on to like do a silly game where they have to step on eggs, you're like, is this the
this
best that YouTube creators can do on a live performance? So we were like, can we
We
do something good?
I just thought we just wanted more time with the audience that
Yeah,
had come
definitely.
to see us. And I think it was
Yeah.
frustrating if they got a ticket to an event and then I'm on a panel and I just say, like, it's the panel's always like, how do you come up with ideas? And like, I've answered that
Thumbnails are
question.
very important.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
so-
not what people actually
And
want.
we really wanted to entertain people like we do on YouTube, but turn it into kind of a stage version
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant because you laid out such a groundwork for the rest of us. Like, that's fucking wicked.
Yeah, thanks
Thank
for
you.
arguing with all those venues because it was quite.
No
we had a
worries.
good time.
It was
easy
so easy
time.
for us.
Oh, good.
You're welcome. Yeah, I mean, it was hard for us because we did a book and we worked really, really hard on it because we thought it was good. And then a bunch of other YouTubers made books and they were bad. And so people were like, Dan and Phil, your book's going to be bad. And I'm like, whoa, motherfuckers. We tried really,
We
really
tried.
hard. It's tough.
I thought
Have
you were
done
going to bring
a
out your
yet,
book
Jack?
then.
I've not bought. He's done
Yeah,
like,
that would have been wicked. Yeah.
He's done 2 books, but I'm illiterate, so.
Ghostwriter.
Oh, fuck! I should have thought of that.
Could have done
Tommy,
that.
get on it.
Write it for him.
Right, fuck off. Am I right?
Yeah, to be fair, no, because I don't know if he'd write for me. I got really upset earlier because you guys all spoke about having a Wikipedia, and I thought they took mine down the other day. Cause,
No.
and the moderator note was, I just don't think he's notable enough to warrant a Wikipedia.
What?
They took it down.
No.
It was.
and
They
you
went
know
most of the
this.
references are articles about other YouTubers he's briefly mentioned in.
Right.
I don't think he can have a Wikipedia. So you guys all went, "Oh, the picture's really bad," and I thought, "Must be nice."
You just
Oh,
need to kill
no.
someone. Do something crazy. Scandal right
Steal
now.
some forks from
Who
a
should he
hotel.
start beef with?
Well,
Us.
I'm already sort of half in beef with everyone you're in beef with.
Oh.
So,
You can beef with
Don't
us.
Who's
We'll do
like
a fake
universally loved? You need to be like Hank Green. Fuck you.
oh no, I had a lovely interaction
No,
with him.
but
and
you
I
need to be
can't-
like
no,
Hank
go after
Green.
him, man.
No, didn't he just
Fuck
have cancer
you.
like a year ago? I
my
feel like
God.
it's a low, like
Yeah, but
it's
that's
a
how
low
you get,
point for
okay,
him.
but what's your goal?
Exactly.
Wikipedia
Great
page.
time to get the
Now would
Wikipedia
be
going.
Wikipedia or Hank. Choose. Yeah.
Sorry, Hank.
He'll understand.
That's okay.
Oh, he's been like consistently
No,
nice to me. I've
he's
just thought about
lovely.
every interaction we've ever had, and it's all
He
good.
is.
He's far too nice.
He's way
Which is
too
why
nice.
nicer
the
than me.
perfect target.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's another question for you.
Yes.
Prepped them and everything.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
They might be accurate.
No, it is.
Is it?
Well,
Yeah, I read over them
all right.
beforehand now.
All right.
Yeah, he made one over and I was like, I think you should ask this one differently. So he was having. Well, anyway, this is one that. Okay, I'm gonna really try.
I'm ready.
What is it like sort of being on the internet fully together as like a duo? And does it come with different challenges? And how does it compare to your solo work? So really 3 questions in one, but I want,
I think it's easier being a duo
Is it?
because
Yeah.
there's 2 of you, and then if one of you can't think of an idea, the other one's like, what about this?
If we're on stage and one of us just blanks and forgets where the hell we are or what we're saying, we'll just go like, and then I can be like, Phil, I think you meant this funny
Don't
thing
you
that you're
mean
about
this,
to say.
Phil? Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think that is better. I think the challenge is knowing when to speak and when not to speak, and kind of getting that flow of like not being too annoying. Or
Yeah, one
something
of us
like
could really learn something from that.
Whoa.
What do you think, Dan?
I think that it was good having another person to kind of come up on YouTube with, to just give you perspective that, yes, this is weird.
Yes.
Because I think
Yeah.
a lot of people that just sit in their bedroom creating content for 5 years, suddenly they've got 1 million followers. They just turn into like weird goblins because they've got no one to ground them and be like, is my life weird now? Is this strange? Do we need to talk about it? Whereas me and Phil could look at each other every day and be like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Isn't this crazy? I
Yeah.
used to be a law student, and now I'm in the BBC building pretending that I'm a radio DJ.
Yeah, and I think it can be quite a lonely job as well, because when you're starting out on YouTube, you're editing your own videos, you're filming them. You don't really have to go to an office and see anyone if it's your job now.
I'm sure you guys
So-
relate to the goblin hours
Yes.
period,
Yeah.
where you're basically just like a weird bedroom dwelling person that doesn't open the curtains. You're just eating weird microwave food, but you're on that grind. And then at
Yes.
some point
Yeah.
after 7 years, you're like, am I a person?
We got off
I'm
a
a
little
creature.
easy though, because
Ours was in COVID.
ours was in COVID,
Yeah.
and everyone was a bedroom goblin.
That helps.
That
so it
helps.
made us feel more normal because
We were like cool bedroom goblins.
Yeah.
Yes.
we were the king of the bedroom
We had
goblins.
no excuse. We said like we did pandemic way before it was cool. We did it
did.
voluntarily. We were locked down by choice.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, man, that's fascinating. And so, because you did retire for a bit, didn't you? In
Fuck yeah, I
2018?
pieced the hell out in 2018.
So how was that for
Yeah.
you, Phil?
That was stressful
Yeah.
for me because everyone was enjoying this Dan and Phil thing, and then Dan had to have a mental health break, which is fine. But then I was also a bit like, what do I do now? I'm on my own.
Imagine if one day Tommy was just like, bye.
Bye.
And you'd be like, great.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'd be all.
You'd also be like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go. Oh, great, a bit more airtime.
A bit more peace and quiet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally.
No. So yeah, did
Yeah.
you feel that way?
I was left to babysit the kids. That's something I say in the show as well. I was like, I'm going to keep doing it. I know they still enjoy my content, and I'm going to keep them company until Dan's ready to return.
Was that like an interesting topic? Because I suppose I would imagine it's quite nice to be like, oh, I can do this. This is
Yeah.
fun. Like I feel like feeling that surely was like a boost.
Yeah,
right?
it was nice that people still wanted to watch my videos, and it weren't like, oh, Dan's not there. Well, fuck him. So it was nice to kind of still have that audience excited and kind of knowing that one day Jesus will come back.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I think what's interesting is that when we started, we were like, well, Phil kind of was the first generation of YouTube creators at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you were there in 2000 and...
I don't even know. When was Tommy born?
Were you pre-Bo Burnham?
Same time, probably.
2006. Yeah, same time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so there was no plan at all for what we were doing, because when we started, YouTube wasn't even monetizable yet. So we
No.
were really just doing it for the love, aka nerds. There was just no plan. There was no
Yeah.
incentive to
How
keep
old were
doing
you?
it.
I was, I think, 18. Yeah. I was just bored. It was just like a boredom activity,
Yeah.
just doing that. So
And so there's no life plan for like what the career is, because I've had this attitude every single year of my life, which is, this is the year that this is going to stop being a real job. Because imagine me in 2016, I'm like, this YouTube thing, it's all going to collapse any minute now. So I'm just going to appreciate it while I can. And then 4 years later, I'm like, what? Oh my God, this thing is still going.
Still
What?
happening.
I don't have a plan. And so my problem was, I had been doing YouTube for 10 years straight in 2018, and I had just completely burnt out, because I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I was just like,
Well, miserable.
I've been, fuck yeah, brother. You were like, I don't know, I'd been writing these, scripted comedy videos, editing them by myself, and it was the relentless grind of it.
Yeah.
And I think podcasts are great because you've got a format. You can get guests.
Yeah.
You can do the
Yeah.
same thing and it'll be good and it'll be fresh every week. I was trying to do like a new original idea every
Yeah.
single upload for 10 years. And then I just got to a point where I was like, I literally
Yeah.
cannot keep doing
Which
this.
10 years is ridiculous. Because I think I don't know. I had my main channel that I quit last year. But I'm bringing it back, by the way. I'm doing you.
Nice.
But I think I was doing the same thing where I was like trying to do a new thing every week or every 2 weeks because I wasn't as good at doing weekly as I thought I was. And I did that for like a year and I was like, that's fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Because the feeling of constantly trying to one up yourself every single time is hellish.
Yeah, I've been doing it for like 7 years now, and now I'm like hearing what you're saying, like, whoa.
Yeah.
I need to give you a ring after this.
10 years of trying
so-
to do that. It feels ridiculous.
Yeah. And it was complicated because it wasn't just the burnout. There was also the side of it that, like, me and Phil had one of the biggest, craziest audiences that anyone online had ever had. And for me, it got to a point where I was like, have I felt okay with just the experience of just having this huge fandom of millions of people?
Yeah.
And when you're go, next video, you never like take a break to go like, what is my life?
What's
How do I
going
feel?
on? Yeah.
And I think I just got to a point where I hadn't decided, I hadn't thought about it. I just knew how I felt, which is that I had to stop.
Okay.
Because we're so fortunate in that we started quite late that we've like had templates like you and other YouTubers to chat to and get perspective from and also just like have as sort of guiding stars for, well, this is what you do. So I like, and even where I'm at, I'm still like, I have no fucking clue what's going on. So I totally get that. And do you mind me asking, like, what did you sort of do in the years you took away? Was it a lot of reflecting or working on other creative work? Or?
Well, the one thing that was obviously the big elephant in the room was that I was gay and I still hadn't come out. And this wasn't just a public thing. It was also an internal thing because I had huge issues with my sexuality going back to my childhood where this was something that I just hadn't confronted yet. And it was 10 years of relentlessly grinding YouTube, all the pressure of having this huge audience of millions of people, as well as these issues that I'd just been literally locking in the closet and just holding my hand against the door as it got bigger and bigger. And I was just like, I can't keep avoiding this subject. So the first thing that I did was I disappeared for, I mean, how long was it? 6-7 months.
Yes.
And then I came back with like a 42-minute video yapping about being gay.
Yeah. Which he's really underselling. It's like really quite a moving video.
It's a great video.
I found even as someone who is predominantly straight, to like have watched that, even I was like, oh fucking hell, like even I as someone who like doesn't really relate to it that much still found moments where I was like, no, I get that. I think you did such a good job of spelling it out in such a universal way that even I was like, fucking hell, I feel moved by this.
Yeah, and that was the first part of it, was just me being comfortable with who I am and the world. And the irony is that came out and it was my most popular video ever. I mean, it got like...
We got like 10 million
12,
views or
12
something.
million is, I checked.
And so everyone was like, oh, fuck yeah, this is great content. We're so excited for Dan to come back. And I was like, oh, sorry.
Ooh,
yeah, no, I'm still not doing that.
Yeah. It was more, you're like, this is a one-off, or you're actually like, this could be my last video.
Well, I
you?
was honestly like, because
Were
the
you
thing
feeling
is,
that at the time? Like,
100%, because everything that we did with me and Phil, it was kind of set up to earn the right to quit, because you were talking about like what is the culture of creators and communities and the template and like what you're allowed to do and why. And I think it's funny when you look at these days, we've got people like Chapel Roan who are constantly in the news for setting boundaries with the press and with their audience, just being like, hey, photographer, don't talk to me like that. Hey, fans, don't work out where my grandma lives and send her letters. That's creepy. And people are like, whoa, she's ungrateful. She should be thankful. And it's like, no, I think maybe she has a point. And it's refreshing that we're like allowing any kind of celebrity to set a boundary between their audience. And I think for a long time, we felt like we had to do whatever the audience said, because they gave us everything. We were so grateful for us. Without them, we would have nothing. And so when they were angry at us, they were right. When we'd done something wrong, we had to say sorry for it. And I think it was so hard for us to get out of that mindset of being like, what do we need to do to be okay about it? And I'm quite neurotic. I'm actually quite sensitive. Phil has got this kind of low-key sociopath thing where it just rolls off his back.
I'm more aloof. I think that's the thing. I don't know.
That's a nicer way of saying.
Yeah.
Aloof sociopath. And I think that's the thing we needed to do. We needed to kind of set new boundaries. And I think it was really useful to have some time away as well, to be like, what is Dan and Phil? Do we want to come back? Do you want to do stuff on your own? What am I going to do? And I think in life, you kind of need some time sometimes to be like, am I enjoying this thing I'm doing, or do I need to step away, think about it, and maybe refresh, come
course.
back, or do something else? So I
Because
think
we did a whole tour about it.
Yeah.
In 2018, we did a show called Interactive Introverts, which was the show was giving the people what they want. And the idea was, I knew I was going to dip at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I
Right.
thought, we are going to spend a year giving this audience everything they've ever wanted.
like
We're
real
gonna make
fan
every
service
video they've
sort
ever
of-
wanted. Like, we're going to go on a tour and we're going to do a whole show that they control. They tell us what to do. They tell us what to say.
Oh, wow.
We're going to do everything that they want so that I can earn the right
To step back. Wow.
to step back.
Fucking hell.
And it was, that time. And then Phil goes, it was scary.
It was scary. Yeah, it was scary. You were not there. I was on my own, and then we took that. How many years was it? 5?
Believe it was
And then
5.
It was 5.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
double
And
checked.
then we brought the gaming channel back, and we
One
did.
small Tommy in it later.
Yes,
The return.
you were
happened.
born,
Yeah,
and then
that happened.
We brought the gaming channel back, and the reaction to it was so much bigger than we were like, does anyone give a shit anymore?
This is the thing. You're saying you guys, we came back. What's the deal with that?
Yeah.
We did not have a plan to come back.
No.
I was gone,
Yeah.
right? I was gone because, as you suspected, I'd stopped YouTube. I was living life. I wrote a book about mental health. I did a comedy tour. I'd done some TV stuff. And I was like, I'm okay.
Done.
I've escaped the YouTube grind.
Yeah.
I can have fun exploring some other things.
Sure.
And then Phil, like a demon on my shoulder, was like, oh, what if we just like did some gaming videos just for a couple of months?
But I was like, no pressure, no
as a
grind.
treat.
We can do what we
We're
want.
not coming back. Just do it for December.
Just like a little-
Everyone would love
Just
it.
for the ad rev. Sorry.
So then we
Yeah.
came back.
Not January.
And then,
No, we
oh,
wouldn't do
fuck
it January.
January.
Yeah.
And then this shit got completely out of hand. And I had plans for what I thought my life was going to be, okay,
Sure.
for the next 2 years. And then when we came back from the dead, people lost their minds because everyone that we abandoned when we went on this hiatus 5 years ago came out of this cave like a bear.
They did.
They were like, Dan and Phil, they're back. Oh my God. And all these new people were like, what's this
What's
that
this?
I missed?
Yeah.
We felt like Dr. Frankenstein in that we fucking created life again.
Right.
did.
And I was like, Phil, oh, for
What
God,
have we
like we
done?
got to do something with this now. I thought that we had a plan. We were just going to do this for a bit. And then suddenly all these videos were getting like 1 million views when we came back. And we were like, oh, for fuck's sake, Phil, this
Here
has
we
gone
are.
way too big.
It's gone too big.
Everyone's like, yay, they're back.
You're
What's
like, for fuck's
next?
sake.
And we
Yeah.
were like, what is next?
Yes. But I think the difference is your mental health is better about it now. We're enjoying it a lot more.
Vibe reset.
Vibe reset.
We're
and-
more authentic.
Yes.
The
and-
audience has grown up. It's
Yeah.
like it was back in the day, but the vibes are immaculate.
yes.
I feel
Because
like
the culture has evolved.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think you guys are the first example I can think of like real internet standom. Like, there's like the difference between like
Yeah,
fandom
yeah,
and standom,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
And like,
Yeah, thanks for that.
Sorry.
yeah.
Sauce.
Well, no, because like, yeah, I think what I found is it's like slightly more self-regulating now.
Yes.
Like because people like yourselves have spoken about like, hey, this gets a little bit weird sometimes. Like,
I feel like we were the first creators to come up. It feels like we were the first that like boundaries were like a normal thing.
Yeah,
You're like,
I think
don't do this.
there was a self-regulation within the standom where, don't get me wrong, there's still people that violate it for sure, but
but on the
people like yourselves have
majority,
spoken about it
on
and
the
people
whole.
went, oh, we actually upset them when we do this. We probably shouldn't.
Yes.
And like there's like a self-policing that again wouldn't be there if people didn't like say,
Yeah.
please stop.
Yeah.
So cheers for that.
Well,
and
can
all.
I just say, yeah, that was fucking fascinating, and I'm finding, especially what you were saying throughout all of this, but really right there of like from just hearing notification dings to just like all of it being too much. Because I'll be honest with you, I feel like I'm like a year away from being like, as soon as I can do comedy,
Look at
I'm
me,
bidding
Tommy.
off.
Don't do me. No,
No, mate,
there's a
I'm
middle
following your
ground,
foot. I'm like,
right? You don't need to
oh.
ghost the internet. You can do a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wouldn't-
come
I
on,
wouldn't
Tommy,
stop
you
it.
can do a podcast,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Video on your channel that you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you
I
were like,
just-
I've got my solo channel, I'd feel pressure. I need to get back on the grind. Just do something that inspires you.
So okay,
Yeah.
here's
You know
my
what I mean?
question for what I wrote in all caps, what is there to come for me and Jack? But I suppose in a better way, what sort of advice would you have based on where we're at? Because I feel like I can really, I'm sure you can resonate with Phil, and I can really resonate with Dan being like, yeah, I'm nearly at that.
I think you need to do what makes you happy is the first thing. So you need to look inward and be like, am I enjoying this because of the success, or am I enjoying this because I'm finding this creatively fulfilling?
Yeah.
And what parts of what I'm doing are fulfilling me? So I'm like, hey, these kind of videos that are maybe a bit more creative, or one that takes a bit longer, or the podcast, I really enjoy that. I think it's being about like, what's in my life, what am I enjoying, what's successful, and what's sustainable before I go a bit crazy. Because what you don't want to do is get so burnt out, because burnout is it's like a real thing, and
it sneaks up on you, and then you snap.
And
that's how it works.
If you reach that point, that can affect you for 2 years, where you can't even do anything. So I think before you reach that point, you just kind of have to look at everything in your life and just know what is going to make you happy and what you're going to enjoy making, I would say.
Think about all the OGs. How many of them are still with us? Like 4, maybe.
Yeah.
There's like Smosh and...
Admittedly, some of them didn't suffer
most
from
of them-
burnout, though. Some of them suffered from sort of being touchy-feely.
Some
Yeah,
people were
actually,
awful
most
humans.
of them, I'd say.
Some died.
Yeah.
Oh,
A lot
God,
of them
some
just
did
disappear.
Yeah.
But most of these people were just like, yeah, I've been doing it too long, bye.
Yeah.
And it's like, how? Because there's no plan for what the hell we're doing on the
Well,
internet
I think everyone gets so naturally excited by
Yeah.
seeing the success that they like sort of wanted. Well, I suppose it's slightly different for you guys, because I guess you didn't know that was ever even a possibility.
Oh, God.
But we did. We were very fame hungry in a way that you guys couldn't have been, I imagine. But that's
Well,
okay.
I think to do what we do, there's a base level of narcissism that you need
Yeah,
to have.
You
I
do
agree.
need that a little bit.
Yeah.
There's a base level of ego.
If you
He
don't
doesn't
have a
like that
little
saying, but I really
ambition
like it.
goblin within you,
Yeah,
it's not possible.
You need a bit of an ego. I feel like
that's
that's important in life anyway, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, I can't remember what the initial point I was making now.
I don't know, but I'm just like in a state of fascination. That was
Yeah.
excellent. Thank
I'd
you.
also say, like, you guys are still young, and there's a lot of thoughts of like, oh, what am I doing with my life? My life, like, it's running away from me. But then
This is the audience as well. People
It
come up
is.
to us at meet and greets and they're like, bro, I'm 20 and I don't know what I'm doing yet.
it's all over.
Oh my God, is it all over? I'm like, girl, just like, I don't know, watch TV for 10 years, you'll work it out.
Do you believe in the frontal lobe theory?
Yeah, I
when,
do.
When
I do,
people hit
yeah.
26, your frontal lobe
Kicks
fully
in.
develops and kicks in, and suddenly you get a new perspective on everything. I'm
So
not
basically,
sure-
you're now in your dumb bitch form.
You are. So
and
you're
then at
allowed
some
to do
point, you'll go
I got
like,
told mine's permanently underdeveloped the other
Is
day,
it?
so
Oh, there you go.
I'm forever doomed. Apparently,
yeah.
soz, mate.
I'm not sure I
Yeah,
believe in
God.
that theory. I think it goes on.
No,
Do you have-
I
did you get
I
that?
look at like 28-year-old me and I'm like, that's when
That's the moment.
sentience happened.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Before that, you were just what were you before that?
Just like an egg.
Just a
like
jelly.
a slime.
ready to be formed.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, guess I'll just
So
be
no
fucking
pressure.
jelly then.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Look forward
Hey,
to that.
look at you. You're going to develop at some point. I was told 30 to 40%. It's not
Yeah,
coming.
no,
it's
it's never
just
happening.
not on the way.
It's on the way.
So that
That's
was
okay.
nice.
Look forward
We
to
support
that.
you.
Yeah. So I think give yourself time is my other piece of advice. and
Thanks,
anyone
Phil.
listening as well, if you're 21, if you're 20, if you're 18, you're like, oh my God, I'm an adult. And I don't know what I'm
don't know
doing
what
yet.
I'm doing with my career.
It's fine. Chill out.
Yeah, listeners, I know what they are actually saying it to me, but it does possibly apply to you as well. So you can take it. and
Take it.
That's just the nature
Which,
of
speaking
advice,
of
really.
audience, I think
Mm.
one thing that I picked up from the show,
Mm.
and to be fair, through my just like general like knowledge of you guys, because I think I know so many people that are like adults now
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
fucking love you guys and like
Mhm.
quote you guys as being the reason for like, especially sort of. Oh, well, I live in Brighton. There's a lot of queer people here.
Yes.
And a
we
lot-
are
like,
in the place.
Yeah,
They were all in
we're
Brighton
the heart
Dome
of
last
it.
night.
Yeah.
And like so many people quote you guys, especially people like our age, as like being the reason they were so comfortable in living that openly.
Yeah.
And I think like, you know, for us, you know, whenever you have an audience, people come up to you and you're like, oh, you really helped us. And that's like, great. And it obviously it's always very touching, but I think to literally have now seen the test of time and seen how people develop sort of under your guidance in a sense, like that's surely a surreal thing.
Yeah, it's surreal that we've had such an impact on people. And I think meeting them at the shows or even just seeing the comments on the videos and just seeing how much like either us coming out or us talking about our lives in different ways. Like you talked about your depression and lots of different, I think people can connect in ways with creators like us and you guys in a different way. And it's kind of, it's a bit, they say it's parasocial, but it's also parasocial in a good way because I think we can really help people by talking about our experiences. And it really means a lot to me that people have had such a, you know, and we've given such an impact to them.
Because people just spend all this time watching our content and
Yeah.
you guys, like people were literally in lockdown just with their face glued to you. Like you molded their brains.
People say that a lot.
I know that's
Yes.
terrifying. You literally had your hands in their brains and you were going like this.
Yeah,
Every
I don't
Yeah.
like whenever you think you made a permanent change. You ever met someone with a tattoo of something you've said? Or
Yes.
something like
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that's wicked.
It is
Yeah.
cool, but like,
Sometimes people make like bad art choices.
Yeah.
yeah, someone has my
Yeah.
Twitch URL tattooed just below their knee.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
I love that
you know what I
shit.
mean?
Hell yeah.
What if the website gets changed?
Someone asked me to draw a hedgehog at our meet and greet the other
Hedgehog's
day.
my favourite animal. Phil, draw a hedgehog.
It
I'm
was
going to get it tattooed. And
The
I was like,
worst,
no.
the worst drawing of a hedgehog ever.
It's
I
when
was
they
like,
put the pressure on. They're
I
like,
was like,
draw this and you
please don't get this hedgehog tattooed. It's such, and they're like, no, I love it. I
They were
love
like, I'm going to do it.
was like-
I love it. And Phil was like, okay. okay.
So yeah, if that hedgehog lives on someone's body forever, that means a lot to me. I love the hedgehog, but you know,
Yeah.
yes. What am I saying? How did we get onto the hedgehog?
I think what's interesting is when we came back from the dead after I decided I was going to quit.
Yeah.
And we were like, what the hell are we going to do? Because
Yeah.
there's like, you know, we've created this life, we've done this channel. People are really like, people were horny for Dan and Phil. We reactivated them. We didn't know whether they were ready for it. And they were like, what's next? So we just thought, what's it going to be? And we thought a tour, because Phil hasn't gone on a tour for
6-7 years.
Wow, yeah.
every
Wow.
cell in everyone's body's changed in 6-7 years. You know what I mean?
They're
People have
different
gone
people.
from being 12 to 18,
Yeah.
and now they want to see Phil in real life again. So we were like, a tour's a good thing. What is it going to be? So then we thought, well, what are we doing right now? What's the story? Let's do a show about why the hell people asked us to come back from the dead. Should we? What the hell is going on with YouTube these days? How has it changed since the good old days? And let's kind of clear the air a bit, because we're going to talk about it. If we're going to come back, we want to come back for good. And if we're going to come back for good, that means we need to kind of talk about some stuff, which means we need to say sorry for everything that we did wrong. And we also need to get the audience to be like, maybe, were you guys a bit weird as well? And let's talk about it. Let's talk about all of the YouTubers and all of this culture. And are we all psychopathic assholes?
Oh, yeah.
Are
I
they a
have some
bunch of
comments on that.
crazies ruining our
Yeah.
lives? Are we a bunch of people manipulating them emotionally for profit? Let's just do a show about that so that when we get back, we can just have a fresh start.
Yeah, clear the air.
Dan and Phil present Terrible Influence.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That was great.
Quickly, are you aware that, by the way, people are calling it tit?
Tit. Yeah, we didn't plan for it to be called tit. That's the thing. We usually think about everything.
We were like,
That
we're
was a
going to do
surprise.
hashtag like DNPTI. And then everyone just started being like, no, it's hashtag tit. It's the
Tit.
Terrible Influence Tour. Titties.
Yeah.
It's now the tit tour. And we were like, thanks.
Yeah, I kept seeing
audience.
tweets all last night being like, Jack Manifold was spotted at tit. I'm like, what the fuck is anyone on about? And then
Yeah.
eventually I was like, oh, Terrible Influence Tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you.
And I
Thank you,
think
internet.
some disappointed people have been searching that hashtag and not finding what they want anymore. Is the issue?
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
God, can you imagine?
We've
Yeah.
ruined tits.
Can you just imagine like angry gooners being like, who are these boys?
Imagine
That's
being
good.
in the zone,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
on the cusp,
6 hours in,
Oh, the cusp.
6 hours deep,
deep.
and then a picture of Dan and Phil pops
Yeah,
up.
heavy
I
good
mean,
search.
that's how
That'll
we can.
get you
That's
over-
why we've made people gay.
That'll get you over the line.
Exactly.
They just didn't know they wanted it.
Yeah, that's
Hell
good. You've changed some people.
We made
I
them gay.
think.
We have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christ.
But what did you think? Because you came into the show raw dog.
I
Like,
did.
What the hell are Dan and Phil going to do on stage?
Yeah.
And then were you like, oh God, they're talking about this. They're doing that. How is the audience going to react to this? Why are they laughing? Why are they crying?
No, you know what? I thought you guys did a shockingly good job of catering to absolutely everyone.
That's good.
It was like, because obviously, you know, you say like it's a tour for the fans, and it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you definitely made a lot of effort. I think, as you kept saying throughout, all the straight boyfriends and mums,
We know
Yeah.
they're out there.
we tried
you
to
knew
tell
they were
them.
there, and you catered to them, and I thought
Did.
that was really cool. And I also thought it was like, you know, weird. Like it was very comprehensive. I felt like I knew like a lot about you lot
That's good.
Thanks.
by the end of it. Apart from what the fuck that pig is.
Oh, the pig.
What is that pig?
You don't need to know.
You
Oh
don't-
my God, Dan and Phil Law.
He hates
It's
the pig.
frickin'
Yeah.
He
hole.
loves the pig. I don't know what the fuck the pig is.
We'd have to do a 2-hour podcast just about the pig. We can't get into the pig
Yeah,
right
by
now.
the way,
I don't.
I have
Yeah.
taste.
Mm.
Phil doesn't.
Mm.
He got a pig that's actually like, it's like a piggy bank, but it's a full piglet that has
Yes.
been dipped in gold.
Yes.
Well,
I-
real.
there's not
yeah.
a real piglet in it.
But to make the mold, there must have been.
Let's not think about that.
maybe a sculptor did it.
the sculpted it.
I hate it.
All right.
How does it sound nice?
The more I
Phil?
hate
know.
it, the funnier they think
Is that
it
the
is.
real pig that comes on tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the real deal.
Well, you'll never guess what.
What?
Last night you're selling photo cards at the tour.
Yes.
Yep.
You told me. You said if you get one of the pig,
Yeah.
fucking rare.
It's
Though.
rare.
I really wish I bought it over here. I didn't. I've got a picture on my phone though.
I've got it
I
in.
think
I've got
we'll
it.
No.
believe you.
Well, this is the thing. You may have a picture to show, but what you don't have is the picture of me pulling it in my pack.
I
So if
hate
you're,
that
if
bitch.
you're
You
a
got
fan
down
of
with the
Dan, the opened pack, yeah,
The opened pack.
bring it over.
For some reason we can't get into, there's a big
What, your trading
crossover
cards
between
at
Dan
your
and
show?
Phil and K-pop.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
merch.
K-pop
What? That's
fans
wicked.
love them.
And they gave me them, and they said if you get the one of the pig, it's really fucking rare.
Yeah.
1 in 1,000. They said.
Either way.
Boom.
I don't want to.
Is that not the
That's
right
it.
one?
I don't want to ruin
Is
your
that not the
vibe.
right one?
But
That's it.
that is Dan with the pig. What you're missing
What?
is the golden pig
Oh,
card.
fuck off, Phil! You really made my day.
I'm sorry. That's still quite rare. That's
Is it really, or is it just? Are they all as frequent as each other at
I'm
this
just
point?
trying to make you feel better.
Phil, for fuck's sake, man!
I'm
You know how
sorry.
excited
I'm
that-
sorry.
I was sat eating a burger as I
Oh,
opened
man.
that. I got well chuffed.
Did you cry?
Reasons to
No,
live.
but I took a
it
picture
away.
of it. I clearly
Oh.
was somewhat excited.
Look,
I'm
This
sorry.
is wicked. Why have we never done cards? That's sick. as
Well,
fuck.
I already showed the marketing department.
All right.
Our
Okay.
audience needed something to do when I ghosted them, and it, like half of them were like, "I'm gonna have Minecraft," and half of them said K-pop,
yes.
and that was the culture.
Yeah,
you
I
know what
noticed
mean?
half of them said Minecraft. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What?
We've got. I noticed through going to that tour, we got a lot of overlap.
We've got a crossover.
Really?
We got
yeah.
a real crossover.
Oh,
us guys.
wonderful.
Yeah.
scary.
So you're in
Don't
for a
worry, we'll
night
look after
tonight.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, apparently, I don't know if you guys know who Jay Schlatt is.
yeah.
J-Slap.
His
yes.
editor was in your crowd, actively editing one of his videos.
Really?
during the show.
Multitasking.
I
Don't
mean-
tell Jay Schlatt that. That's gonna be a shit
Oh,
video.
I
Hell
told
yeah.
Schlatt
Oh,
immediately.
you
Okay,
did?
cool. It was
Yeah.
really funny.
I mean, when you got to edit, you got to edit.
Yeah, I thought, wow, someone really, really. I think he's overworking those people.
Yeah, they're doing it in the.
If they're doing it at the show.
At tit.
Yes.
Right, Jack, you have a question next, but I'm just going to read it. I think.
Oh, okay. Never
Fuck
mind.
yeah.
then. Never mind. Just,
Um,
just steal my thunder.
if you don't mind, yeah.
No, it's fine, mate.
Do
Go
you miss anything from the internet era you found your footing in?
Oh,
Dan
you
is
didn't
not on
even
fire
read it right.
encapsulates. Okay, you read it then.
Well, I was thinking, look, I remember when we wrote down Dan is not on fire. I was like,
Yep.
fucking hell.
Deeply triggered. Yep.
Yeah.
That is. Oh, sorry, you've moved on.
He's
But
moved on.
I think it really encapsulates a time. It's like that sort of humor of like funny random
XD.
XD type shit. That
Yeah.
like.
XD's coming back.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Mm.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest. ;3.
Oh, I feel that.
2025 is the year of the dab.
Can I get an
Is
uwu?
it? The dab is back.
Yeah,
All right.
dab's coming
But
back.
I'm like, oh wow, that really embodies that sort of time, like Tumblr, which I've never used, but I
Stay away
hear
from
you
that
guys
shit.
were.
Yeah.
what is
shit on.
What is Tumblr?
How do we get into Tumblr right
Corner
now?
of the internet.
I don't really get
It's
it.
full of artists,
Yeah.
writers,
It's a very creative place.
stalkers.
Creative in good ways and less good ways.
I hear we have a
Yeah.
lot of audience there as well, but I've never delved.
You should delve.
No, they're intelligent. They're
They are.
creative.
I'd say
But what's the difference between
It
it and
hits
like
different.
Twitter? What even and it's still going on?
it's still going on. I think it's a better way for.
It feels like a secret hole. Twitter's public. It's like you're exposed. You do something on the timeline, anyone can see it. Tumblr feels like I can be freaky and nasty because you really
Yeah.
have to dig to find it.
quiet.
I don't think I
And
want
some
more
good stuff
freaky and
comes from
nasty.
it.
in
Good,
that.
dark, beautiful stuff.
Yes.
And Tumblr's still around, but I feel like its heyday maybe passed a little.
It was kind of one of the OG places for a fandom to like bloom and
Yeah.
find their feet, but now Twitter's really kind of took over as one of the fandom places. But we've still
yeah.
got a strong
The
audience.
people that are
on Tumblr.
there on Tumblr have like crystallized.
Do you
They
miss-
got the good shit.
Do you miss the days where like Tumblr felt like the shit? Because I remember hearing about it so much at that time, that sort of 2013
Yeah,
era of like Tumblr was massive.
well, everyone kind of hates Twitter now, so I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Well,
Yeah,
that's
I think
maybe
the-
asked at a bad time.
Yeah, well, there was a time.
What do people like and not hate now?
I know.
Nothing.
What is the thing?
We need something new.
I still really like Tumblr. I
Bring
think
back
it's,
Vine.
Tumblr's still got the creativity.
Yep.
It's still got the excellent vibes and all the memes, and I think it's a great place for a community to come together. There's also no porn on there anymore. It used to be like
They got rid of the porn.
They got rid of the porn.
Actually,
Oh man.
Tragic.
looking into the
Hate that.
statistics of this, I actually distinctly recall that, you know how I said its heyday ended? The heyday ended the day they got
They
the
shouldn't-
users genuinely, like there is a drop
It's
when
gone.
the porn
Fucking
gets
hell.
banned. It's like, and
When,
it's
when did they ban the porn?
do you guys remember?
It must have been like
I forget the
6 or
year.
7 years ago.
Yeah,
Like,
when they banned the porn. In fact, I think the porn potentially came back.
did it?
I hear it might have came
It's
back.
too late.
Ruh-roh.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
As we've been talking about with the guy that was watching, having a good time, and then Dan and Phil came along.
Hashtag
You
tit,
can't
yeah.
The gooning.
have someone edging for 7 years and then take away Tumblr and then bring it back. He's like, bro, I moved
It's too
on.
late. They've gone.
I got OnlyFans now. Hello.
But do you miss
Yeah.
anything else about the early internet?
That's what I'm
That
sort
was
of.
the question.
No.
Yeah, I'm sort of curious,
No.
just generally
No.
about
And
that
also,
sort of
how do you
era.
okay,
No.
how do you feel about it now?
It's better because people
think?
have
Really?
boundaries. It's worse because Elon Musk bought Twitter.
Yeah.
Um,
I think there was when we were like starting out on YouTube, we were kind of the geeks and the nerds, and it was seen as something that was a little bit weird, and you might not have brought up that, oh, I'm a YouTuber when you're like chatting to like normal
I
friends.
still
that don't
try
use
not
Instagram.
to be fair.
Yeah.
But I think there was a time when the popular kids at school were like the biggest thing on the internet. But I think now we've had a bit of a reset, and now it's kind of a bit better to just express who you are without trying to be cool. And that is the new cool. So I kind of like where we are.
You like the
at.
middle ground.
Be
bro.
yourself.
Middle ground. Be yourself. I think being yourself is more respected now, which I like.
I think I forgot that they didn't have boundaries for like a decade. So when you say
Yes.
that, I'm like, oh, that does sound worse than now.
Yeah.
No boundaries.
No boundaries
Yeah.
was worse.
But also, we're the creators, because we're not perfect. This whole thing can't be ragging on the audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, are the audience weird and parasocial? Yes. Are the creators? Yes.
Yeah.
Love me forever. Please like.
Yeah.
Patreon. Oh my God, you're on the
Don't take
floor.
the fucking piss out of the Patreon. then.
Oh my
What
God,
you
you've got
doing?
rent. Your mum is dying. She needs £7.
$7.
Dollars,
$7.
$5. What are you doing? What are you
for her
doing?
pills.
Dan.
Give it to the pod. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Yes.
No, but okay, is your dying mum going to talk about current drama? No.
No.
Where they're going to
No.
get the
Are
goss.
We will.
Yeah.
Dan and Phil, maybe. Probably not. They don't
Probably,
really.
yeah,
But we
probably.
might. We might try.
We'll see.
Do you know what I mean?
I think my problem as a creator is
Tell
I'm
us.
drama averse.
He hates
So
it.
I don't want to do it. I should be talking about what's wrong with the world and people that I hate more. I feel like you've got a hunger within you that's going to keep you
I
going.
don't mean to.
Yes.
No, but
Well,
you know
we
that
were so
that,
quiet for
that
so many
little
years.
the clout goblin within yourself
I'm not. I have,
that meets the justice goblin. Because you got to be
Why is
right
everything a
about what
goblin?
you're saying. Everything's a goblin.
Okay.
None of these things are good.
It's a
They're
lot
all
of
nasty
goblins.
little
Goblins.
freaky goblins.
Do you know what you were saying about the
Horny
dings
goblin.
sending you mental?
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
it, but with like view count. So I've got plugins on everything.
Really?
Where on my YouTube dashboard, it has no numbers. On my
Oh,
Twitter,
I don't look at Creator
there's no
Studio.
likes.
Phil's like, can you change the thing? And I'm like,
I've got to do.
you
No,
open
yeah.
the tab, go through it, hide the graph, and then I'll
I
write the
have
But
to do
like
decision.
your
everything like
plugin,
that.
Twitter, I
Yeah.
can't
You
see
want
any
it.
likes or any replies or anything, and I also don't go. So for me, I just get a sense of how it's going by my housemate. He comes upstairs and he goes, "Aura's high right now," and he goes, "It's dipping," and so
There you
that's my
go.
whole.
Well, that's with Dan and the
I like
drama.
that.
Dan's
Thank
like,
you.
Phil.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask this question in
Yeah.
the Patreon,
Right.
but it feels apt for now.
Apt.
Okay, but
Which
you've got
is
to bear in mind,
cheeky.
Tom, we've got a big segment coming.
Segment.
We don't have
We've
much
got
time
segment-
left.
right.
This
Well, I'm
better be
sorry.
quick
All right.
because it's
Oh.
a big segment. This is the best thing I've ever
Hang
done.
on. Where has it gone? I can remember it.
All
How
right.
do you? Sorry, mate.
We're
What
running
is
low
it?
on time. Answer, that's the fucking question.
that's the question.
It's not in me, babe.
It doesn't matter.
I'm clearly not the best at this.
That's the question.
It's okay.
How do you avoid drama, and should I? Yeah, because I honestly don't mean to.
Oh.
It just sort of happens.
See, Dan doesn't like getting involved in the drama. He's like, Phil, you need to watch all of these videos and tell me what's going on.
No.
I
Phil will come
try,
up to me and be like, do you want to know what
do you
this
wanna
person
know?
did? And I'm like, no.
but I'll try.
Yeah.
But with this one, with you guys, it's so complicated. I could not figure out.
Oh, this new one, it was rough.
it was a lot.
We'll give you the lowdown.
Okay, we'll find out what's going
All
on.
right, we'll
but
tell you in a
overall,
minute.
we picked.
I didn't
we
mean
picked
to.
you.
And the thing is, I wouldn't get involved in it for years. Yeah, but then.
You stopped giving a shit.
Well, I didn't mean
Good
basically.
for you.
There's only so
You're
many
radical,
mates
not giving a fuck
that can
phase.
turn
Yeah.
out, like not great. Where
Yes.
and once you start having a different an eye on a different prize, and for me that's stand-up comedy, which
Yeah.
I'll talk to you about in a
Yeah.
minute because that's exciting that you do as well. Like you're like, oh, well, if I'm going out, I might as well,
Bang.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you want to know what our secret is?
Yeah.
We never had friends.
Yes.
Can't be in a problematic group
Ooh.
if you don't have a
We-
group.
we
Dan
should
and
have had a
Phil, no
group.
friends.
No friends.
Were we part of the Brit crew? No. Were we
No.
friends with the British OGs? No. Were we friends with the big Americans? No. Dan and Phil against the world.
That's wicked.
We should have done that.
We like
It's good
Louise.
now because I have like no mates anymore because I
Oh.
slag them all.
We'll be
off,
your friend.
so-
That's okay. You're
no,
good for now.
no, I've just learned I can't have them.
Oh, it's all right then. Yeah.
Do you know what I
we
mean?
support you.
Yeah, we do.
You might turn out badly if you befriend us.
Oh
apparently.
no. Okay.
Right, now I'm getting excited. I was getting antsy because I can see the time.
I'm
Segment.
fucking ready.
We're going to have to
Segus.
go over a little bit because
Ah, that's
guys,
okay. We're having fun.
guys,
We need it.
I created a segment last night, because I had so many fun observations, I created Jack's amazing Dan and Phil observations, and then I put in brackets "are not on fire" because I realized I'd used the word amazing.
Yes. Nice.
Cool.
I felt
Points.
it needed to be inclusive.
I love it.
So basically, what I realized when I started thinking about what I knew about you guys before I did all my research was actually a lot of people around me. I've had a lot of Dan and Phil related stories happen in my life.
Right.
Despite like us not knowing each other, just somehow you guys have always been a weird lingering presence for me.
That's how a lot of people on the internet feel. Most of our haters over the years are people that are just like, I can't not see your face, and that's upsetting me.
Why
so
do you
sorry.
keep popping up?
And I'm not upset about it, but it has happened. So
can be,
I
sure.
wrote down some observations and stories,
I'm
which I'd
ready.
like to start with. One of my first interactions I ever had publicly with you guys, which you guys didn't see at all, but
Hell
people
yeah.
really liked, was one Halloween, my girlfriend got me to dress up as one of you.
Really?
My girlfriend, when we first started seeing each other,
She made you do Dan roleplay. I'm sorry, bro.
no,
That's rough.
no. God, no.
Oh, God.
Phil, I'm on fire.
Get the whiskers out.
Well, that was, so it was Halloween and we needed a quick costume
Right.
and we didn't know what to do.
Yes.
And we weren't even publicly dating at the time. But she wanted to do something that like wasn't a couple, but was a duo. And she's like, here's a marker. And we did the whiskers.
Hell
And I've got
yeah.
a
I need to
picture.
see. I need to
I've
see.
got a picture. Don't worry. Hold on. I probably should have pulled it out.
Oh my
Twinks
gosh.
with mental illness. It's an easy
Also, I've got
costume.
to do a
It
deep
is.
breath.
Easy
to open
costume.
Instagram.
Well, what I'm going to do
Sorry.
is
It's to stop me going mental.
I'm going to get a girlfriend, and then I'll dress up as you, and she'll dress up as Eleanor.
You were the first thing. That's weird. That's
What?
weird.
How is that weird? That's what you just did.
Well, yeah, but we're like really close mates.
Perspective.
This is going some
You know, that's
places.
fun.
But then you dress up as Dan and Phil,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you two dress up as me and my new girlfriend.
Here we are.
Okay.
Look, here we
That'll
are.
get.
She had the cat ears and everything.
That's
Honestly, that's a
amazing.
look.
That's
Yeah,
That's
you-
some strong whiskers.
You look like 2018.
It's on my
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah.
What?
but
You
we'll-
weren't publicly dating at the time.
We weren't publicly
No.
She's
dating.
got a red on your shot. That's
Yeah, it was a
pretty funny.
giveaway.
What you did
Um,
need was a black emo wig, which would have pulled it
Look,
off
we
more.
were trying.
You tried.
We were pressed for time.
Great whiskers.
And then I had a lot of stories from last night of like weird interactions I had. For example, and I've referenced this a couple of times. You guys, you spoke a little bit about Minecraft YouTube
Yes.
in the show.
A tiny bit.
A little bit.
Specifically, kind of our wave I felt of it.
We were going to not do it out of respect. Can I be completely real?
You
with
can
you?
cut it.
Can I be completely real?
Yeah.
We were going to not do it out of respect
Yes.
if Tommy was going to come tonight.
But
Okay, what's the joke then? I've got to
Why
hear
did
it.
I not get the same? You did it when I was there.
You're less Minecraft.
I am less Minecrafty. I am less Minecrafty. But anyway,
Minecrafty.
but I was.
It's light,
Oh,
okay?
it's
It's
light.
light.
It is a light jab.
We're doing a
What did you
bit
say?
about what we should do to freshen up the future of our content.
Yes.
Because me and Phil have historically been some of the worst creators ever. We've never posted. We've never done the things that are popular. We've never had beef with people when we should.
Okay, all right.
We're just awful. So we go
Not
through,
the shit you did.
should we do boxing? Should we do ghost hunting? Like, what the fuck do Dan and Phil need to do to get hot?
Basically everything I've
We've
ever
never
done.
done Minecraft. And people are like, Dan and Phil, why don't you do Minecraft?
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit late, but people love it.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway,
What's the joke then?
so
Well,
you-
I say, like, if you're playing Minecraft, just watch out for the creepers, and then there's a creeper on screen, and I mean, don't mean them, I mean all those creators that turned out to...
What did you show them all on the screen?
No,
I showed just a creeper.
No,
It's just
but-
a
And that's the
slideshow,
joke.
isn't it?
I don't say anything. I don't say anything or refer to anyone. It's
No,
like,
and that's true.
it's the lightest possible way
It's a small joke.
we could acknowledge the topic.
I'll play Minecraft.
and
with
I
you.
Yeah.
appreciated
You
it.
should.
I
But
like
what
that.
I
Teach us.
didn't appreciate,
Yeah.
what I didn't appreciate in that moment was I was sat by myself
Right.
at your show, and the two girls next to me had already prefaced. They're like, "Oh, by the way, we're not gonna bother you, but like, love your stuff." I was like, "Oh, that's very
God,
sweet."
this is why you need to bring padding people. You bring
Yeah, and
plus
I was
3, and then
supposed
you
to,
just
but then
sit
my
next to
girlfriend
you.
was busy.
Oh, no.
So I'm sat there, all content, and then you guys make the Minecraft joke, and you know when you get that feeling. I just looked to my left, and these two girls were both going
Oh, no.
and staring at me, and I just defensively went, "Don't fucking stare at me!" I was like, "I didn't do anything. I'm not one of the. I'm not the guy. I'm not
To
the
be
guy in the joke."
fair, that whole show is that doing us to ourselves.
Yes.
So it's fine. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
but I didn't sign up for it.
Sorry. Sorry.
But now we're on the
Right.
pod, so it's
Jack,
okay.
It's
let's do
okay.
the last of these on the Patreon, but there's one that we should definitely do
Okay,
right now.
well, yeah, there's a big
You know
one.
which one.
There's a
Big
big one. Look, a friend of mine
Yes.
growing up was an
I have friends. Okay,
Alright.
go on.
not many, right? And this one, look, he was the fucking biggest fan of you guys. I mean it, like seriously,
Really?
the biggest fan of you guys. And he, he's 19 now,
Yes.
so he was very young,
Oh.
right? I actually got a picture of him at one of your shows here. I printed it off. But
Nice.
yeah, I thought I'd have notes. This is him.
Oh my
Oh, let's see.
There he
I
is.
love that.
There he is.
And
That's exactly what you look like in the club.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Yeah, right. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Right. And he isn't me, by the the way. I know we look.
Yeah,
It looks like
similar.
this could be
Yeah,
me as a
you
kid.
do.
This isn't what I'm setting up for.
Yeah.
That is an iconic photo.
It looks like they prefer,
Pop culture peaked in 2015.
prefer me over you as well, Dan, because that's just
You
a
say
picture
you've
of-
never
I
had
get
any YouTube beef.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys had a problem
Oh no.
Oh, no.
because he
What?
ran a little fan page.
Yep.
When he
Uh-oh.
was 10, I want to say.
Yeah.
9 or 10 of you guys. And he once got lucky in that his dad worked at a supermarket.
Nice.
Right.
So they got the stock in for your amazing book is not on fire
Fuck yeah.
early.
No.
So what he did, being an excited 10-year-old,
As you
Leaked
would.
it.
is he leaked up one I've got the leak here as well.
Oh, we've got the leak.
Don't worry, I've got evidence.
Fuck yeah.
This is his dad
let's
holding
see.
the leak that he proceeded to post on his fan page.
The
Hell,
mole.
that is a scoop.
Oh my gosh.
Hell
So-
yeah. Honestly, good for him.
Early
Basically, he's a
scoop.
dickhead and he tried to leak
But
it.
not good for him, actually.
So not
No.
good for him because you guys had to get in touch and threaten to sue him.
Oh my
Did
gosh.
Penguin Random House say we will destroy
We will
your
just-
family?
Stop
yeah,
it.
so they
We
got
will
in
kill
touch
you in your
with
sleep.
this 10-year-old boy and asked him
Yes.
to delete it. And I thought,
The multi-billion
That's all well
corporation that is this book publisher.
I know.
Yes.
And I'm glad it's down.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you guys were safe. But I really feel like amends weren't made.
No amends.
So I've brought that
We
boy
owe him
here today to
compensation.
apologise.
Harry!
Harry, come apologise to Dan and Phil.
Oh no.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh
I
no.
feel like I ruined
Harry,
everything.
Harry.
you
You didn't.
You were just
I'm
being
so sorry.
supportive.
You were supportive.
Okay.
I feel like the whole book was ruined and I leaked it all and it's all my. I'm sorry.
didn't.
At the end of the day,
Oh my god.
what were there left to people?
Look at me.
What
I
could
know.
they have
Look
enjoyed?
at
I've
you.
seen it now.
I was only young. I was only young, and it was a mistake. And I loved the square flakes.
Oh my gosh.
You know,
Square
7
flake.
second challenge. 7 seconds for me to apologise. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'd never do it again.
It's okay.
I didn't mean
Universe,
it.
Everything that happened in the last 10 years happened so that we could be in this moment right
Yeah.
now. And we forgive you.
We do.
Thank
You committed the crime of giving a shit about Dan and Phil, and
You
that is
did.
a hard thing to do. So we appreciate
And
you.
you're not gonna sue me.
No.
We're not going to sue you.
On
That's
behalf
okay.
of Big Penguin.
He's been worried about this for
We're
nearly
sorry.
10
No,
years.
you're
That's
safe.
okay.
It's
You
been a
can
decade.
live
my
in
plus
peace.
one for the show tonight.
Really?
Hell
Well, it's
yeah,
my
thank
date.
you.
You're safe.
It's my day. Yeah.
Oh.
And we live together.
And we live
Oh,
together.
oh, you're the one that checks his aura.
Yeah.
Thank God. How's he doing?
It's good. It's
Right,
hard.
right, good.
It's very
yeah.
hard.
Fuck yeah,
high.
thank God.
Incredibly
Okay.
high.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry for everything.
Yes.
Well, I really tried to get Dan and Phil in their first YouTube beef, but that didn't work.
I didn't. We made
He
friends.
seems so well adjusted.
Yes.
To say that he watched
He's
Dan
really
and
not- he
Phil,
does a
that-
lot of
okay,
drugs.
I'm sorry.
It's really not. That was the turning point.
We get that a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
Right.
We
that
see
was
that at the meet and
that,
greet.
that made me jump. Then that was a plot twist. Then when he walks, I thought you were joking.
We went full Jeremy Kyle.
No,
Yeah.
no, I really.
That was pretty sick.
Fine.
I
Yeah.
thought I
That's
can't
a
have
new
such
segment.
close
That was
access
great.
to such a moment in the Dan and Phil lore to not bring him
That
out.
was
Oh my
journalism.
gosh, my heart is racing.
Before he did that, Jack kept being like, "Should I do that? Should I bring out Harry? And oh, what if he sits on your lap too?" It was
Yeah,
all very
100%.
planned.
I had to. I wanted to run it by everyone except you guys.
Oh my
Right. Well,
gosh.
look, guys.
Yeah.
In a minute, we're going to talk about loads of drama and
What can
all
we?
these things
How do we
that
get
have
people
happened.
to come to the next bit?
Oh, I'm doing it right now.
Right.
And we're going to hear what you say. But before we do that,
Guys, we have a final closing segment.
I'm
What
so
has
ready.
everybody
I'm
got
ready.
about?
Single week.
Segment.
Dan and Phil, how is the worm doing? If you could check for
What
us.
the hell is this?
Check on the worm. for us. There's a worm in
Is
there.
it, is
The
it a
last,
single worm?
No, there's a couple, but we call it one because
One.
it's easier.
Jack,
Is it
the last couple
No.
of minutes of the podcast really go off the rails.
I like to have a bit of fun at the end.
I feel like the
I
worm.
cannot believe you're trusting these ditzy homosexuals with your worm
No,
right now.
this is
Like
a
you're
problem.
not.
Ditzy homosexuals was not the
My-
phrase I chose
my-
to use.
My second
describe
ever
Dan and
video.
Phil.
The second video I posted was called Butterfingers in
Yeah.
2009. Okay.
It's a real issue. There's about to be a worm loose. on my leg.
Have you ever been asked the philosophical question, would you still love me if I was a worm?
Yes. Yes. I
Yeah,
have.
Phil said no the other day.
No, I would call the army if someone turned into a worm because that's like
The
a national.
army.
It's like a
We're gonna have
national
the army on
dialogue.
guys.
It's like a national incident, isn't
Maybe
it?
science. Maybe call science first.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Why did you take it?
Because I'm looking for the worm. You
Much
failed.
like Dan in 2018, it's missing, which means it's going to come back in
Is it
6
at-
months and
It's
say
not-
that
wait,
it's
is it actually
gay.
gone?
It's not there.
Wait, no.
It's not in the cage.
Let me have a
Do you
look.
like, whenever
always
someone
there, you
dies,
have to look
like
hard.
whenever someone dies, you're like, much like Dan in 2000.
Yes.
It will come back.
They'll be back in 6
And it'll be
months.
gay.
The worm is gone.
Yeah.
It's loose.
Wait, Tom. No, it's never been
Chuck
gone
it here.
before.
It's gone.
Here, chuck it here.
Oh no, no. Look.
Is it at the surface?
Look.
Oh my
What?
god! It's at the surface!
What?
What? Wait, is it on the surface?
Oh my God,
It's
it's
the first. Whoa, wait.
Oh my God, it's
It's
right
really-
every
it's
fucking
hell.
hell.
Oh my god, it loves Dan and Phil.
Shai Halud.
We have
Oh
tried
my
to get it to
God.
the surface every week. We're like 18 episodes in. None of
Yeah.
the
That bitch
episodes.
is
It, like,
wriggling.
read its
It's
head
doing a
like this.
dance. It's,
Oh my god.
Mate, it's been 18 episodes.
it's doing a mating dance. It's gay.
It's a member of the
Did you-
fandom,
did
but
you
with a
actually see
PH.
it come up and
yeah, I
it
saw
do-
it.
was
I
on
It did a whole
camera?
freaking
Did we
wiggle.
get it?
Zoom on
Zoom
the
on
The
it.
actual scenes
It
right
did.
now.
It did a full dance.
Nah.
People,
Audio
this
listener-
is a first.
Content is
Oh,
off the
look
hook
at
right
it.
now.
This bit paid
Oh my
off so
gosh.
heavily. He's fucking moving.
He's saying hi to the
It's a
camera.
star.
My God.
It's a
This is the
star.
best worm segment we've ever had.
Oh my gosh.
He's a what are your fans called?
Fannies
He's a
with a PH. I know they think it's funny. Why is
Yeah.
everything vaginal?
this
I don't know.
worm loves the ditzy homosexuals.
It does. Yes.
Taste.
Taste. I always
Taste.
knew I could rely on
Wow.
it. I will not
I
kill the
didn't.
army.
Well, I'm
That-
so.
imagine my surprise, all of you going, "Where's the worm?" And then I see it.
You see it, isn't
roar
it?
like
I mean,
Godzilla.
Also, there is two then because there's one just at the bottom that I spotted as well.
Did
we
it
have
itself
two.
in
We
half?
have two twins.
Are they going to breed?
It's Dan and Phil.
Oh.
Don't
Sorry,
get
that
me
was
wrong.
that was wicked.
I
That
love
was-
that.
oh my
Well,
God.
I can't.
Just
well,
so you know, that
highlight
segment
of
has
my
never
day
gone that
was-
well.
that was the best it's ever gone.
So many surprises.
Well, there's more of that energy to come
Holy shit!
for
man.
$7. Please, Tom.
Got
yeah.
what?
I know you said you had a way of leading us in. You said you.
Well,
Well, I
What
was
are
sort
we
of
gonna
doing
do?
it, and then the worm kicked off, and I've lost my whole train of thought now.
Well, we're going to discuss all sorts with Dan and Phil. We've got plenty of good questions
Yes.
left to come.
Ooh.
We might ask them some crazy shit. You know, the sort of shit
see.
that you'd pay to find out.
I
Uh-oh.
mean,
But as we were saying, we're not exploiting parasocial relationships anymore. No,
No.
the fact we've got
No.
good boundaries. We love the fans.
Just
They
Dan and
like
Phil are
us.
getting
Thank
paid.
you. Yeah.
yeah.
So we're getting paid. They
Innit?
buy tickets to their show. Anyway, guys, we'll see you in just a second.
Over on the
Pa-pa-pa-pa-pa.
Patreon.